Princess with Princess Show, and if this is your first time ever watching any of my videos, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are a returning family member of mine, welcome. Alright, so I'm just going to keep this very short because let me tell you, this is my second attempt of trying to make this video, and I really wanted to get this content out to you guys because I have been having so many people reach out to me from my personal email to my Instagram. And so today I have Miss Barbara with Merida Moves, and we're going to be touching on the biggest mistakes that renters make when moving here. And I'm going to let her talk. If I have a question, I will chime in, but I hope that you guys really take a lot of this information, soak it all in, because this is free information and this is a lot of questions that I can't ask, but I got the person that will make sure to answer all you guys' questions. So I'm gonna give it straight to you.
Hi guys, my name is Barbara Blanco. I own Merida Moves. My company helps to forage people to move here, specific to Merida, Yucatan, Mexico. So we were talking with Princess, and she asked me to share with you guys some of their usually mistakes that my clients made when they try to move. So one of the bigger mistakes that I think is they don't know the city. So when you try to move to some place that you don't know, it's really important to do a little bit of search. So do your research about the place, how it looks like, what is the pros and cons to living in one or the other place. So most of my clients don't know the city, and of course if they come to me, I'm gonna explain it, But if you try to move here by yourself without any help, you're gonna have some problem with this part, because the city and our city, first of all, Merida is the city, so it's the capital from Yucatan. So Yucatan is the state, Mexico is the country, Yucatan is the state, and Merida is the city. So that means that it's just the city, We have some neighborhoods, areas, I'm gonna call them areas, it's not actually neighborhoods, areas outside Periférico. Periférico is the faster road that surrounds the whole Merida city. So it's the faster, like the highway, something like that, to surround the city. And then we have some neighborhoods outside Periférico. That areas are not Merida. It's a different name. It's not Merida anymore, but it's close to Merida enough so you can see that it's living close by. For example, here there is my house where Princess gave me the pleasure to come to visit. I live in Ciudad Cauquel, which is slight outside Periférico. It's not inside the city, it's outside Merida, so that's area called Cauquel. But this area has something. It's in all areas outside the city have this issue, the internet. So some of these areas is not good enough. They don't have good enough internet. And I know for my clients, most of them need reliable and faster internet. That will be some of their, first requirement from them. They work online, so they need reliable. And when I'm saying faster and reliable, we're talking about fiber optic, which is not the same that they have internet. Because if you contact an Airbnb and you ask and you host if you have internet, they're gonna tell you yes, because we have different type of internet here. The mobile internet, the wire internet, which is not the same. That's slow internet, that's 20 megas internet that won't give you, maybe a TV or a couple of cell phones, but it's not so reliable because they share that wire with a lot of people that live close by. So some of the areas outside Periférico already have the fiber optic, but you need to check it carefully before moving if your area that you're gonna move have that. And let me tell you something, sometimes the difference to have internet fiber optic or don't have, it's a couple of blocks. So it's really important to have a contact that tells you if the house that you pick it have fiber optic. If you're thinking if you need it, right, fiber optic. Yeah, but at the end, if you decide to do by yourself, which is okay too, just take note of these small things. Try to have some friend, if you already have some friend that you trust on it, to give you these advices. It's good to have some knowledge in the language too, so at least you're gonna kind of understand what they're saying, you know. Just remember, I'm not saying that realtors are bad, not at all. You know, I have a lot of connection with realtors that we work with. They're great, you know, but at the end they work for the owner. So, you know, they're acting in behalf of the owner, because at the end they're gonna give them the money that they made through the owner. So that, I mean, I'm just saying a little bit, just be next to somebody that you trust it, you know, that is actually acting in your behavior. So this is really important, because like Princess say, mostly of the owners don't like, I mean, Mexicans in general don't like to give them back money. So that's why I always ask my clients, and before actually they give them the money, if they are sure, you know, are you sure about this place? Are you really sure about this place? Really sure about this place? Is because as soon you give the money, that's gone, you know, so you won't never see this money. Yeah, it's not coming back. I mean, you will have the place, but giving back this money, it's so difficult, especially if you put in, you know, if you cold feet just because you don't like the area or something like that. I mean, they don't care about that. They just assume that you already know the area. So that's why it's really important, do your research first, you know, just getting involved in the place. And one of other mistakes that I'm gonna say is, if a place is beautiful, if the place is beautiful and it's cheap and it's almost unbelievable deal, some reason why it's unbelievable, you know. So just make your search and see what is so cheap, you know. I have clients, they love, for example, some areas outside Periférico that goes Cholul and Concal. Beautiful areas, they're in development, that areas, they're so nice. And sometimes the people that are trying to rent that they told you it's just 10 minutes far from their one of the coolest malls, that is Alta Brisa. Yes, it is, it's 10 minutes far, but then you remember that 10 minutes inside the city is traffic, you know, so that could be a couple of blocks far, but it's 10 minutes just because the traffic. But 10 minutes outside Periférico means road, so that means 10 minutes drive without no traffic, so that means it's far and it's long, and that comes with two problems. First of all, internet, we're talking about that again, not so reliable, also easy access internet. And second, deliveries. This is something important, really important, because especially now in pandemic times, most of the people asking deliveries to their homes, you know. We have here one app that is marvelous, and I always put in like a plus for moving Merida. Check out about Rappi. Rappi app delivers everything, and when I'm saying everything, it means everything, even cash. So they deliver everything to your house, to your door, but it's not available in the whole areas, you know. So Rappi, Uber Eats, and Uber is easy. You can find Uber in any place, but Uber Eats is not so easy, and Didi Food is not so easy. So delivering food, that will be something that you need to pay attention, you know, because that makes you easier your life over here. So in case you don't want to leave your house, you can have delivery to all these things. So just pay attention that the areas that you are have this type of service, and how you can see that, how you can know that it's available. Easy. As soon as you visit the place, just open your app in your cell phone and put in the location, and you're gonna see that it's available deliveries over here. You won't have any problem inside the city. Every city is, I mean, every area inside the city is covered for well, especially the north and the areas that have a lot of restaurants. The south is not so much, but that's a different story. But outside Periférico, is not all areas covered for these deliveries. So just pay attention about these things that could be a problem when you decide to move, because it's really important to have them.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you one last question, and then also I'm gonna end it where you can find her and everything, because you're probably just like on this video like, oh my gosh, I want to reach out to Barbara, but how can I? Just bear with me, just watch the end of this video and I will provide all the information. But one question I do have for you, Barbara, is can you give me 5 things, even like 5 things that people just need to be aware of? If, you know, just 5 things, even if you, I feel like you've been in this business for a long amount of time. So you can give me a good 5 things that you would give somebody right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say areas first, internet second, prices third, because not all the city have the same prices. A house for 2 bedrooms here that costs the same as a house with 2 bedrooms in the north. So be aware about the areas so you can see if your prices is fair or not. Deliveries is really important.
Schools?
Well, you know, honestly, if you move in here with your kids, if you want to have good schools, most of them are in the north area.
Okay.
So it's a lot of private schools. Because if you move here and with tourist visa, and I think I'm talking this in other videos, maybe not in the channel with Princess, but if you're planning to move here, you don't need to have a resident visa. You know, you don't need to be in a temporary or a permanent. You can move here with a just in a tourist visa, and as soon you cross the line, you know, the border, Mexico gonna give you a tourist visa for 6 months. So you don't need to be in a resident. But also that means if you're not a resident, your kids won't be able for going to public school. So you need to be a resident for going to public school. But we have a lot of private schools.
Private schools, and there's also a huge community of homeschoolers as well.
Yeah, we have a great homeschool community, a group, a really large group. It is mixed with Mexican and Americans, so you can have diversity with your kids. It's a really amazing group, and you can find it in Homeschooling Merida in Facebook. It's a really nice group, so you can just be connecting with them. It's really cool.
And I'll leave that down in my description as well, just in case if you guys want to go ahead and research, because the biggest thing I find is a lot of people get down here and they have not did any research. Research is very, very, very essential. Even if you reach out to Barbara can answer a lot of your questions, but you have to actually do some research on your end, and you have to give yourself time, especially if you have little ones like me. However, we're going to get to that video because there's going to be a second video that I'm going to be doing with Miss Barbara about, you know, reality versus fantasy, right? So, Barbara, how can they find you?
Well, you can find us through our website. It's www.meridamoves.com, and you can make an appointment there for talk to us. We are also in our fan page on Facebook, which is Merida Moves also, or through my personal website, Facebook, which is Barbara Blanco. You can also send me a message to there.
Okay, well, she gave you guys more information, okay, but I'm going to make sure to add all the information onto the description and also on this video. If you want to find Miss Barbara, I promise you will not be disappointed. Once again, if you have watched this video all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope that you did, because this is really great information and really great content. If you have been a great supporter of mine, a family member, I hate calling you guys supporters, I call you family members. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That's when you get the latest updates of my videos. I post on Mondays and Wednesdays. And also go on my Instagram, which is Princess Show +3. I also bring out content there, and I do like behind the scenes of me and my kids and just my everyday crazy life of being a single mom. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next video, and thank you guys so much for actually just hearing me and Barbara provide you with good information.
Thank you. Watch her.